Good evening once again. Good evening once again. Yo, jeez. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Welcome to the stream, the Game Week 2 review stream. In this video, I'll be taking you through my Game Week 2 team, how it performed, which players did well for me, what are my transfer plans for leading up to Game Week 3. So if you like the video, make sure you like the video, you subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell below so that you get to know when I'm going live. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I'm going to share my screen. So just give me thumbs up if you're watching this live, just to let me know if I'm audible. And for the benefits of those who are going to be watching this back, timestamp is 8:53 on the 26th of August 2024. So I am going to share my screen once again. Okay, if you haven't seen yet, I'm sure you can see on the below, I got 84 points, which is a pretty good start to the season. Last week I got 64 points. This week I get 84 points. Mainly I was saved by Cole, my captain, Helland, who between them they got 51 points. So I am very happy with that. But let me not get ahead of myself and let me go through the team from the back. In goalkeeper, I've said this many times. I have Dean Anderson. He's one of the good 4.5 picks you can choose in the game, but not many 4.5s have performed very well at the start of the season. But yeah, you pay what you get in FPL. So 4.5s, you don't expect much clean sheets because they are playing for smaller clubs. And yeah, it's hard for them to keep clean sheets regularly in the Premier League. He only got 1 point this week, Dean Henderson. And his future game weeks or teams he's playing are not very good, especially from a defensive point of view. Going away to Chelsea. After Chelsea, they have scored 6 goals away to Wolves. So I don't have much expectation of a clean sheet in that. Game week 4, home to Leicester City. Yeah, there might be a clean sheet in that because Leicester at home should be a good fixture for a team like Crystal Palace and United. You never know which United is going to turn up. We might get there and not score any goal, just like we did not when we lost 4-0 to Crystal Palace last year. My defensive pick, I'm going to quickly go through them as I've went through them. Murillo, Robinson, and Ben White coming in with the clean sheet points, all of them full house for me there, which is I'm very happy about that. Murillo. The reason I chose a Nottingham Forest goal defense is because they had good stats last season in XG conceded as a team. They were just hampered by their goalkeepers because they had, I think, Matt Turner, who's not a very good goalkeeper, to be fair, who's like now their 4th choice. So, yeah, says a lot. So, hopefully, now with Sells in goal, they can have a better goalkeeper in the Premier League, which will allow Nottingham Forest to keep more clean sheets. And their fixtures in the short term are looking very good with Wolves at home, Villa away, Brighton away, and Fulham at home. So I think Nottingham Forest can easily keep a clean sheet or 2 in those games. So yeah, I'll be playing him in some games, not all, as I have picked 5 playing defenders, even though Gerard Kwanzaa now has lost his place for Liverpool. So I might need to make a transfer on that. But yeah, I have more than 3 defenders, so I can rotate them if their fixtures are not so good. My other pick is Anthony Robinson, playing for Fulham. Good pick. He plays left back for Fulham. Is very attacking, I think. Um, and Fulham have strengthened in midfield after losing what's his name, Paulinho. So they bought Emil Smith Rowe from Arsenal, and they also bought Sander Berg. So I think that can help them in midfield. Plus, they bought Joachim Anderson from Crystal Palace, who's a good defender, who was actually playing for Fulham, coincidentally, like many years ago, I think, but that was on loan. My last pick in defense is Ben White. Ben White, for me, as I've said many times, he's one of my favorite picks in defense. He's the one who's helped me shoot up the rankings last year to get my highest season ranking of 31K. So, yeah, Ben White, he plays for the best defense in the league. They keep the most clean sheets, as we have seen this season and last season. They've kept 2 clean sheets. So, I just like to have an Arsenal player in defense. And the reason I like Ben White is because he plays almost every game if he's available. That he's taken that hand side, and he has good combinations with Saka there. He can easily pass him an easy ball, and Saka can whip it in the top corner. That can count as an assist as well. So Ben White, I like his route to points. He can score from set pieces and he can get assists. So for me, I think Ben White is one of the best picks in the game because he's a defender for Arsenal and also he has attacking returns in him. So yeah, 6 points in each weeks. He could have easily or should have conceded to Villa, if I'm being honest, because I think Villa. I think Villa. Sorry, I think Villa should have scored. Ollie Watkins had a great chance. I know people will say that's a world-class save from Raya. Granted, it is. You have to save it, but yeah, Ollie Watkins shouldn't have given David Raya any chance in that. He should have seen how João Pedro hit the ball across the face of goal to the other side netting against Man United. So he should have scored there. But yeah, clean sheet for Ben White. I don't have much to complain about there. And then in midfield picks, one of my worst decisions, I have Jacob Murphy, who was a risk pick. To be fair, I picked him because I wanted to have a Newcastle player in my team, especially for that game week fixture where they played Southampton at home. First game at St. James's Park. I thought they would score a lot of goals. But yes, I couldn't afford Isak and Anthony Gordon with the players that I have in my team. So I wanted some of that Newcastle attack. But I knew he was minutes risk. So yeah, he's already dropped in price. But I managed to sell him yesterday. So yeah, I've already made one transfer. We'll go through that at the end of the video or at the end of the stream rather. Yeah, he only played 29 minutes last week, even though he started the game, but I think Newcastle got a red card, Fabian Schär, in the first half. So they had to sacrifice somebody from attack. It was always going to be Jacob Murphy. This week, Newcastle didn't play very well. They got a draw at Bournemouth. And he only got 57 minutes, 1 point. So yeah, that was his last game for me. My other 2 picks are from Manchester United. I said in my game week 1 deadline stream that I'm choosing United players mainly because I am a United fan, and I think as much as we want to do well in the game and ultimately win the game, even though it's 1 in 10 million chances, you got to pick the best players to give you that opportunity to win the game. But yeah, I feel like having a player from your team is always nice because you cheer on your team and you cheer on the players from your team, hoping that they score. So yeah, you both do well on FPL and your team does well as well. So you happy, win-win situation. That pick is Marcus Rashford. To be fair, I've had a lot to say about Rashford. Yeah, he's not having the best time of it. Hopefully he can turn it around. I hope he can, because he's a United player and I want him to do well. But from my early, like from the past year or two, I don't think he's been playing well, to be fair. He's been running into blind alleys. He barely runs to the bar line and cross the or whip the ball across the face of goal, which you need that from wingers. You need unpredictability. You need your wingers to cut in, but you need them to go to the byline and like whip the ball to the corridor of uncertainty. So Rashford is, yeah, he's not doing very well. Didn't start well this season. I was hoping that he normally does well a season just like he did in the World Cup year. Then the next season he has a fall off. Then the next season he comes back again. So I was just choosing him, hoping that maybe he might catch one of that form or streak of his where he goes on a long goal scoring run. But yeah, it hasn't materialized yet. But yeah, I will. He might have to leave my team, but I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure if he will start on Sunday. We will cover that when we look at our fixture at home to Liverpool on the deadline stream. But yeah, United fixtures from an attacking point of view are not so bad if we can actually finish our chances. Liverpool at home, Southampton away, Crystal Palace away, and Spurs away. Like, if you are a big club, surely we can get a goal from all those fixtures. And who is to say that Marcus Rashford will not be involved in any of those goals? So yeah. My other pick from Manchester, Nacho, who hasn't started a game yet, but his stats are actually good. He's out of 2 games in which he played a total of 44 minutes. He's already had 1.5 XGI. So he was supposed or meant to be involved in 1.5 goals per game, which, yeah, mainly it's because of the chances he got in those 2 games. I think for me, he was the main reason why we didn't win on Sunday. I don't want to blame a young player, but I think when we got the chance from Bruno, you just have to eat your dinner, man. Like, it's the second week running. Last week at home to Fulham, luckily it was the last kick of the game and we were already winning the game. But poor finish again. Like, it just lets the team down. We are not a team whereby we create a lot of chances. So when we get these big chances, we need to take them. Goals change games. So yeah, Garnacho should have scored this week. I know people can say it's a bit of unlucky, Zexi for sliding for a ball that he was not going to get there to it, but it's an open goal yard, man. Like, you practice this how many times a week to score on an empty net? Like, there's no excuses. Two weeks in a row, he should have scored 2 goals, like, easily. Like, yeah. But as an FPL pick, I like him because if United do well, he's mainly part of that. Even if he comes from the bench, for me, he's still a huge threat in oppositions. I actually think he's good off the bench when teams are tired. He has this chaotic running style whereby he sometimes doesn't know what he's gonna do. But what I like about Garnacho is that he's arrogant but confidently that he's a Man United player. Like, he has that bit of arrogance that you need. So hopefully he can grow into it. I think he'll come straight back into the team weekend. The experimentations are done. I think he should start on the left, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. 1 point this week could have easily been 6 or 7 points had he scored that, and we could be talking a different story. So for me, I'm gonna be patient. I'm not gonna be in a hurry to make knee-jerk reactions and transfer players just because some other players did well. I'm just gonna play patient with it. Remember that you can roll as many transfer as you like from until 5. Yes, you can make 5. You can roll 5 transfers. Sorry, so you can not make a transfer this week. It will carry over to the next week and so on until you have 5. You can also play your cheap any of your chips, and you will still get those five free transfer that you saved, which we didn't have last season. You could only keep a maximum of 2 free transfers. So this will allow us to play the game more patiently with your players. So yeah, I like that. It will help me to be more patient, which I'm trying to learn this season. My other pick in midfielder was one I was gonna have for, yeah, as long as Bukayo Saka is fit for me, he will always be in the team. Uh, One of the best midfielders in the league in terms of FPL. Uh, he's Arsenal's main player. He has many routes to points. He's on penalties. And we know Arteta will play him for, even if he's on one leg, he'll play him every single game, even though he comes from Euros, played until the final, and he's back in the team already 79 minutes, and the minutes are rising now 87. He could easily play 90 next week. So for me, Saka, he's, yeah, many routes to points. He's on set pieces. We know that Arsenal are very, very good in set pieces. They target Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba on set pieces, and Saka is taking those set pieces as, or shares the set pieces with Declan Rice. So yeah, I like Saka. I like Saka on penalties. Arsenal score goals. They have one of the best attacks in the team. He's their main player. There's nothing more I can say about him. He will be in my team as long as he doesn't get injured. And I will be captaining him this week, I believe, because Haaland is away to West Ham. So I think I will just go with Saka at home to Brighton. As much as I know this might sound salty, but I don't think Brighton played very well. They did not impress me, to be honest. They were playing a very high line. It's just that United attackers aren't very good, or midfielders. We couldn't pick Brighton. Every time they just drop off their centre halves and try to play offside. So I think Arsenal can catch those Brighton high line with those quick balls from midfield with Martin Odegaard and, yeah, the likes of Declan Rice. So I think I see Arsenal scoring at least 3 goals for me at home against Brighton. I was not impressed by Brighton as much as they beat us, but it says a lot about how Man United are. Last pick was my differential pick. I know he's owned by 37%, but these are mainly casual managers who just see that Cole Palmer got the highest points last season and they picked him. But most engaged FPL managers, I don't think, went for Cole Palmer. For me, he is one of the best players in the Premier League, if not the best. And I'm not even talking from a fantasy Premier League point of view. I just think he's, yeah, honestly, he's brilliant. So many routes to point from fantasy point of view. He's on penalties, he's on set pieces. If Chelsea score goals for me, Cole Palmer will be in the center stage of it. And I'm so glad that now they're playing him in the number 10 position. So he will be he'll be the orchestra of that team, playing in the number 10. But yeah, if he doesn't play in the number 10, he'll move to the right. But Madueke, I think, has claimed that spot for in the short term. So Cole Palmer might be playing in the middle there behind Jackson. So 17 points this week, 1 goal and 3 assists. It could have easily been more, to be fair. We saw Madueke score a hat trick, like similar goals. It was like the same telegraphed goal, and he scored it 3 times. And Aid Nouri couldn't deal with Madueke yesterday. It was, yeah. First half, the game was end to end. I think Wolves edged it, but yeah, because the Chelsea midfield was wide open with Caicedo there and Enzo. I thought first half they were pretty poor in midfield. They made like one tackle that in the first half. Yeah, they were also shaky. But second half, I think Chelsea clicked, and yeah, they took West Ham Wolves to the cleaners. 6 goals. Yeah, that was just a good performance from Chelsea, and I think the statement performance for the week But with Chelsea next week they can lose. So doing it once it's one thing, but you need to go week after week and yeah, keep the consistency. So we'll see. We'll see from Chelsea's point of view. Uh, my striking options, I have Kai Havertz and Erling Haaland. Kai Havertz, for me, I chose him ahead of Isak. I think Isak is the better player, plays, might even get the most better, more goals than Havertz, probably will, and is on penalties. But for 0.5 million cheaper, I think I'd rather have Havertz because, as I said, I love the Arsenal attack. Um I love them because they have a lot of goals in the team, a lot of ways to win games and get goals. They don't just rely on one route. They can score goals from set pieces. They can flood the box and cross, and Havertz can be in there. So for a team that's challenging the league, to have the number 9 coming in at 8 million for me is a bargain. So I'm gonna be keeping Havertz as well for as much as he's fit, or for until I go to play or I play my wild card. Sorry. Yeah, so Kai Havertz for me will be in the team as well as Saka. So I'll be hoping that when one scores, the other assists. So yeah, so far he's got the more better points than Isak. So the Havertz owners are winning on that. But yeah, who's to say that Isak can get a goal or two this weekend and equal or surpass Havertz in points tally? My last pick is one Erling Haaland, the machine himself. Yeah, no, there's nothing more to say about one Erling Haaland. As much as I enjoy having Salah throughout the years, for me, he's my GOAT FPL pick, Mo Salah. Yeah, I've had good years down throughout the years with him, but I think I can't pick both of them. So I have to hedge my bet on one, and I will go with the big Norwegian guy there. 4 goals already. 4 goals in 2 games. His stats are looking good. XG of 1.3, and he scored 3. So his XG in the last 2 games are 2. So he's even bettering his XG. So it shows that he's a clinical finisher. Yeah, he's gonna be my captain in most home games. I like the way him and Saka rotate as my captain picks. I like to pick a player that's playing for a big club. Hence, I pick Salah or Haaland playing at home, because mainly these clubs do well at home, and they are the referees tend to to slide on their side. So yeah, they can get penalties. What I like about these players, they play. They don't need to play well to get points. They don't need to play well to get points. That's what I like about players like Erling Haaland and Bukayo Saka. They are on pens. Yeah, good picks for me. So yeah, I think I can see that on the chat they say I am not audible. Okay, no, thanks. Please give me a thumbs up again there if I am audible, because I've been talking for the past 23 minutes. And from my side, it's looking like it's well. So yeah, just give me a thumbs up in the chat, please. Yeah, Ellen Haaland, good pick. He's already got 4 goals, 7 and 17 points. Next fixture will be West Ham away, and then after the international break, it's Brentford at home. Then he has those 2 difficult fixtures against Arsenal and Newcastle. But for Ellen Haaland, he can score against anybody. So yeah, we don't say this about many people, but he is fixture proof. I'm mainly a fixtures person. I believe that fixtures breed form. So don't take much form into consideration. For me, if you're a good player and you have good fixtures, I will still pick you. That's why I say Erling Haaland is fixture proof, though, because even if he plays against anybody, I will still pick Erling Haaland in my team, and he's mostly. My defense has left a lot to be desired. In goalkeeper, I have Remy Matthews, who's the reserve goalkeeper for Crystal Palace. I only picked him. I don't think I will own three Crystal Palace players, so he won't be able to block me when I need, or if I had to want three Crystal Palace outfield players. So if Dean Henderson does get an injury or a suspension, Remy Matthews can easily play for Crystal Palace, as he's the second choice goalkeeper, because Sam Johnston wants to leave Crystal Palace before the end of the transfer. My One of my disastrous pick, I think, is Gerald Kwanzaa. I chose him because, yeah, to be fair, I was just influenced by preseason minutes and seeing him play a lot in preseason. So I thought he would get minutes, especially at the beginning of the season, which I was right in that, but he only played 45 minutes at the start of the season, and he was hooked at halftime. Arne Slot did say that they were not winning duels. So, yeah, Jarell Kwanzaa was the main victim in being removed from the team. Other than that, Liverpool have been doing well. They've also kept two clean sheets. So I don't regret the pick. I picked a Liverpool defender knowing that they can keep clean sheets, which they did, and I was justified. But I chose the worst option of them all, which is cheap. Yeah. So, like I said, in fantasy, you get value for your money. My other pick in defense for my bench was Yezri Konza. I didn't play him in the first two game weeks because I knew that Villa might struggle in getting clean sheets away to West Ham and at home to Arsenal. But as I've said, I pick players mainly because of fixtures. And for me, Aston Villa in the next couple of weeks or however many weeks, they have green sea of fixtures, which are just incredible fixtures for Villa. They are away to Leicester, home to Everton, home to Wolves, away to Ipswich, even home to United is a good fixture, I believe, for Villa, and away to Fulham. So I will be playing Yezri Konza in most of those weeks. So yeah, my advice, if you need transfers at 4.5, Villa defenders are a good pick for me because I think they will do well. As I've said, I don't get influenced by previous points. I look at fixtures, and if you're a good player playing for a good team, I believe that fixtures breed form. My other last pick is Jefferson, who is a forward for Bournemouth. He's just a dad in my team. He does not play much. You can see he came off the bench 21 minutes and 5 minutes. He's my 15th player. I don't think I will ever have to play him. So, yeah, he's a 4.5 forward. The reason I chose him here instead of a 4.5 midfielder, I think there's just so many valuable picks in midfielders at valuable prices doing well. Like you can get Morgan Rogers at 5 million in midfield for Villa, and you can get the likes of ESR or Emil Smith Rowe for Fulham at 5.5. So that's why I think there's better value in midfield. I'm not saying there aren't value budget strikers, the likes of Stuart Armstrong, João Pedro came through for Brighton, and Danny Welbeck. So yeah, if you are playing with three strikers in your team, those are good options, as well as Chris Wood for Nottingham Forest. So yeah, that's my team for the week. 84 points. Didn't make a transfer leading up to game week 2. but now I have made one. I also have one free transfer, which I might make during the course of the stream. So stay tuned to see my team. Shout out to everyone watching. I see that there are 4 people watching today, so shout out to you guys. Thank you very much, and also shout out to you if you're gonna watch the stream backwards. Thank you very much. If you like my content, make sure you like my video, you subscribe to my channel. This helps with algorithm so that somebody who doesn't know about me can eventually know about me. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Let's go through the fixtures in this segment of the stream. I will be going through all the fixtures. I watched most games, and if I didn't watch the games, I definitely highlight. So yeah, I'll have at least a bit of an idea of all the games. So let's get into it. Excuse me, let me have a sip of water. I almost never drink as much as water as I drink when I'm sitting here streaming. So yeah. Whew. All right, let's get into it. Brighton 2, Man United 1. I think United started well in the first 20 minutes without being very threatening. We did eventually get a chance from created by Onana. He kicked a long ball into Diego Dalot, who was far up the left to himself, I believe. Face of goal, and Amad Diallo should have scored. Yeah, it was just a beautiful ball by Diego Dalot on his weaker side. He's one of our better players, I think, Diego Dalot. Technically good, our best player for me last season, or our most consistent. So yeah, it's a pity that we have to move him around the team because we're not signing a left back, which, as much as I believe Ineos have done well, I cannot believe out of the life of me how we haven't signed a left back. I cannot remember the last time Man United played with a left-footed left back. Luke Shaw, the last time he played was probably February. He came back in the Euros, only played the semi-final and the final, came back to United and is out. Tyrell Malacia, I think, yeah, nobody knows where the guy is. It will be for him to just come back to United and expect us to think that he'll play at the same level he did before he got injured like 18 months ago is, yeah, it's beyond me. It will just be good for the guy to get some minutes and play some football because he's been decimated with injuries. So yeah, I'm a bit worried with our defense. We only have 2 right backs who are fit. So we have Dalot playing at left back. We have Mazraoui, who played well at home to Fulham. But yeah, he didn't have the best games on the ball, I think, against Brighton. But yeah, I don't want to be too reactionary. It is just the second game of the season. I've always said that we are not a title winning side, so we are not going to be consistent. I don't expect us to be consistent. I just hope to see better football. In summary, I think we did play well. We played better than Brighton, but yeah, we still make the same mistakes and revert to type like last season. Like we feel sorry for ourselves when we go when things don't go our way, or if we don't finish a chance, then we'll feel sorry for ourselves. So yeah, we still need to work on that aspect of the game. And if your individual jewels aren't won, you ain't gonna win much football games in the Premier League. Harry Maguire, I said it on the deadline stream. I knew that Ten Hag was not gonna drop him. I know he was the man of the match in the first game, but if you're a manager, you need to make big calls. Like Arteta dropped Zinchenko after playing. Timber comes into the team. Like there's no time to to try be sentimental, man. Like you should be playing your best players. Like the lead should be coming into the team straight away. Like it was a mistake. He let the goal. The first goal, I think. Who has the cross? I think somebody crossed the ball across the face of goal. Then Maguire just let go. thinking that it would go out. Then Mitoma got the ball and crossed it. Then Danny Welbeck tapped in the first half for Brighton. In United's point of view, I think our wingers were pretty awful. Rashford and Amad Diallo, especially. I've been a big advocate of Diallo, wanting him to start, which he did finally get his chance and he's getting. But I think in the first half he was so bad. Like there was a time whereby we were 3-on-2. He could have easily passed Rashford on his left or pass it ahead on Bruno. Then we get clear on goal. So those moments aren't big, but they are everything. If you convert that moment to a goal, you the whole chain, the whole game changes. Or if he converts that first chance he got in the first half, the complex of the game changes. So yeah, we just need to improve on that. But Brighton, fair play to them. They finished the game off well. Ten Hag will be criticized for removing Bruno. I know, as I've seen, the fan base are not happy about that. But yeah, I am glad that we are actually taking out people and we are not relying on players. So yeah, I'm not too down as I was. Obviously, I'm disappointed we lost, but I am actually seeing better performances than last season. That's all I want this season. I just want to see performances, and I know good performances will most likely lead us into good results more often than not. If we play well, the game will take care of itself. So yeah, hopefully when we play Liverpool, we can rise to that. But fair play to Brighton, as I said, they made 3 changes in the 90 minutes when they brought in Jorginho Rutter, Adingra, and yeah, some new kid. I'm not sure what his name. And yeah, they never gave us breathing space in the last minute, and we considered a corner. And then on the second ball, we defend the corner well. Second ball, the whole team goes towards the ball and they leave João Pedro. Yeah, and yeah, that's a dagger, man. Like, I can't lie. We've all experienced that as football fans, where like somebody or a player scores a goal against your team in the dying minutes, and yeah, you cannot do nothing about it. Like, that was just a dagger, man. Like, yeah, what a way to the weekend. But we move. Yeah, let me not to get too sad about United. Let's move on. Crystal Palace, West Ham. I predicted West Ham to win this game. If you were watching the deadline stream, I think I said they would win 2-1. Because I think Crystal Palace have lost a lot of key players, man. They lost Eze, uh, Anderson. They might lose McGahey. That's the spine of the team. So I know they got a lot of money with that, but yeah, no. Losing Olise, Gahey might be leaving, as I said, and Anderson in one season. That's 3 of your best players. 3 of your best players, if you also include Eze in that, and the Watson, yeah, who's also a good midfielder. So yeah, Crystal Palace, they did get chances. If you own Eze, I think you can consider yourself a bit unlucky, to be fair. He should have scored. He actually scored a legitimate goal last week against Brentford, but was the referee had blown the whistle early, and this week he hit the post. So yeah, from Western point of view, Gerard Bowen, I did recommend him as a pick. For me, he's one of the underrated players in the Premier League in terms of output. As you can see, he scored 16 goals last year, and he does not even take penalties for West Ham. Output Premier League good forward. Yeah, he's reliable. So if you want picks from West Ham, Gerard Bowen is your guy, but I don't think you can pick him this week at home to Man City. He might score, but yeah, the fixture, I don't like the fixture. Other talking points from West Ham, they kept a clean sheet. So yeah, if you had any of the likes of Killman, you did well, who got 12 points because he got an assist. But yeah, those are just random points. You can't ever predict when a defender will get a goal on assist. and keep a clean sheet. So yeah, you have to get luck. As much as some of the game is skill, but there is luck into it. You have to pick the right players, but you have to hope the right players do well. So there is also hope in that. Third game of the weekend was Fulham versus Leicester. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlights of this. Emil Smith Rowe, yeah, I did not pick him. It is a regret. I could have easily picked him instead of Jacob Murphy, but I didn't want to pick him at home to Man United because I didn't think he'd do well, which I was granted that he didn't score. But as I've said, I'm a fixtures person. Now the fixtures for Fulham are so good now. Give me a second. I'm going to refresh my screen so that I can show you the fixtures properly. Yeah, the Fulham fixtures are very good from an attacking point of view. I think Fulham will do well at home to Ipswich, home to West Ham, Newcastle, and away to Nottingham Forest and City. Good pick, playing for a team that have gonna have good run of fixtures. So yeah, he's a good pick. But I am worried with his minutes management, hence why I didn't go for him. 63 minutes and 90 minutes. For me, as a fantasy manager, I like my players. I like players who play 90 minutes, like minutes, because goals can come at any point of the game. So if your player is on the pitch, he still has a chance of scoring. I know I said I picked Garnacho, but I know Garnacho will come back into the team. So that's why I'm just going to be patient with him. Yeah. So if you have Fulham players this week, upcoming weeks, yeah, it's good for you. It's boding well. I think Fulham will do well. So yeah, you can pick Emil Smith Rowe. The other fixture was the main game for the goal rush on Saturday. Man City versus Ipswich Town. I think Ipswich started off very well actually on a counter attack. Smido, hey, yeah, no, this one. Which one? This one. Smodix, yeah. I know the player. He was bought from Black Band, but I can't pronounce his name as of yet. I promise on the next stream I would have learned how to pronounce it. But yeah, he got a good early goal from Ipswich. Man City defense always find a way to concede. I've learned that last year. So yeah, as much as Gvardiol had me at the end of last season, but yeah, that's why I chose Arsenal defenders for the premium picks for 6 million and 6.5. Man City defenders are rotation risk, and they always find a way to concede. Whoever they play, they just find a way to concede. So yeah, for me, the best pick there is obviously Ellen Haaland. If you're Phil Foden, yeah, pretty unlucky. He got sick, so I think he would have started. So yeah, if you had him, you were pretty unlucky. If you had Kevin De Bruyne as well, good pick. Fair play to you. I don't think many people picked Kevin De Bruyne. I know it's 10% on the FPL app, but for many managers, I don't think they have Kevin De Bruyne. So if you have him, you are doing well. Fixtures for City, it's one team that I know that fixtures are king, but for Man City, most fixtures don't even matter. They can still score the goals against Arsenal and Newcastle away at St. James's Park. So if you have the City options, you can keep them. If you have City backline this weekend, you can play them. But yeah, be prepared to be disappointed because they can concede. Erling Haaland with 3 goals. I did say I expect 10 to 15 points, so he actually got more than what I expected. Yeah, if you triple captain him, fair play to you. On any other game week, if Haaland was playing Ipswich, maybe later in the season, I could have also triple captain him. But for me, it's still early. We don't have much data, or we don't know what the future holds. So I just like to keep my chips until the end of the season. I play my chips at the end of the season, all of them. As you can see, we have the chips. I'll go to them when I show you my team because I don't want to reveal my transfer yet. So yeah, City picks. If you have Haaland, De Bruyne, good. Foden, I know he hasn't played, he hasn't started a game this season, but he's one of their best midfielders. He will come back straight to the team. It bodes good for City that they are actually winning games without Rodri. That's something they couldn't have do for the past few years without him in a team. So yeah, eventually, at least now they are doing well without Rodri, but it doesn't say much because it is Ipswich Town. Then yeah, the other game, Southampton, Nottingham Forest. I didn't see much of the game. I just watched the highlights. Morgan Gibbs White scoring from a rebound of his after the first shot was saved by McCarthy. Yeah, I don't know how long McCarthy has been playing for Southampton. Let's see. You see, geez, since 2013. If you played Premier League FPL from back then, you will remember that McCarthy has been in Southampton. Look at all these seasons. Over 10 years. So yeah, if you know, you know. Yeah, he's still there. He's still there. Like I was still in high school when McCarthy was the goalkeeper, and now, yeah, now I'm old and McCarthy's still there. Jeez. Yeah, but yeah, I think Forest, it was always going to be a banker win here. If you are a Premier League established team playing against a new promoted team, you have to fancy yourself. So they did well by keeping the clean sheets. So yeah, if you have Forest or you have Morgan Gibbs White, I think is a good pick. Forest fixtures, as you have seen, I have Forest defender. So I'm also gonna play him in the good fixtures. So if you have Gibbs White, he's easy play for me. He's also on penalties. So if you have Gibbs White, good pick. Spurs against Everton. I also didn't watch the game because I was watching the Man City game, but I saw the goals come in. Everton, yeah, no, Everton were pretty disappointing. They have been poor, to be fair. Give me a second. Let me charge my phone. Yeah, Spurs against Everton. Spurs won 4-0. Son, yeah, Son is also very good. He was playing through the middle because Dominic Solanke was not there. So having Son play through the middle as a midfield, so he's out of position. Yeah, if you have Son, good pick for you. Got 16 points, a brace. And yeah, what I like about Spurs is even if their defense is pretty crap, they always score goals because they play good football and they have good players in attack that can create chances. Or so to speak, I think Ange's system allows them to create chances. So yeah, if you have Son, he's a great pick. They also got a goal from Besuma, which was a thunderbolt. The assist from Kulazevsky, I believe, in the first half to open up the scoring. Then Romero, hey, this guy keeps on scoring. He got 14 points. He scored a goal. He centre half 5 goals last year. Like, yeah, no, Romero, we should start considering this guy. Always, he's forever there up front, lacking in the second ball. As we saw last year, he ran from his half, I think, and was 1-on-1 against Ortega against Man City. So yeah, even if Spurs aren't good at keeping clean sheets, I think Romero's a good pick in terms of you want attacking returns. He's just so deadly in the opposition box. Like he's not the tallest of players, but yeah, he somehow gets the goals. No assists, but he always gets the goal. So Christian Romero is a good pick for me. The other player that did well is Mickey van der Ven, who assisted Song Heung-min there at the end. He got 9 points. So yeah, it was just a good all-round performance from Tottenham, who were playing a very injury hit riddled Everton team. So yeah, I'm not sure if that says a lot about Spurs or Everton, but we'll find out in the future. But I have no doubts or worries about Everton in the long run. Even though now they are not playing well, we always know they have Sean Dyche, and there's this belief that Everton Football Club are just destined not to be relegated. Ever since I watched the Premier League, they've been there. So yeah, they'll just find a way to always be number 17 at the very worst. So Everton, I wouldn't be worried in the long run. Uh, the game of the day on Saturday for me was the Arsenal versus or the Aston Villa versus Arsenal game. I think it was the good game. Villa should have scored for me. Ole Watkins. Maybe it's because it's rusty. As I said earlier in the video, I know people will say good save by Raya, but you do not give a keeper a chance. I um, I usually criticize Garnacho for missing both chances for United in the previous 2 weeks. So I'll say the same about Ole Watkins. Like, I mean, that you just have to eat your dinner there, man. Finish your food, mate. Come on, finish your food. And the landscape of the game changes. Aston Villa lead in the second half against Arsenal, and yeah, it changes the game. Arsenal need to come now and attack. So you need to take your chances. But with Arsenal, if you don't bury them, if you don't take your chances, you won't score a lot of goals because their defense is the best in the league. Yeah, man. Gabriel and Saliba for me, the best center pairing defense for me in the league. Like the understanding, consistency. They know when to engage with the striker and when to drop off. They complement each other. One is right and left-footed, very deadly, especially Gabriel with set pieces. Him and Romero, I think they score the most goals from set pieces as defenders. So if you want a Arsenal defend option, I think Gabriel is the one to have. Even though I have Ben White for zero point 0.5 extra, but yeah, Gabriel is not a shady pick. I think yeah, they are just good and they don't get injuries. For me, I always say, like, you have to build from the back. So Arsenal always having that consistent partnership in defense. It helps the team. The goalkeeper understands. Uh, if I can speak about United for a second, we haven't had center pairing partnership for 18 months, I believe. Like Lisandro Martinez has been out for the past year since he got injured. Everything fell apart. We've had to play Maguire and Varane last season, or Lindelof or Evans. Those problems have grown again this season. Now that's why I was blaming Ten Hag. You need to play your best defenders so that we can get used to each other. Not this let's bet delete in. Like he has to come straight into the team, just like Lenny Yoro would have come straight into the team. Like that's why you have to play your best players, especially at the back. So yeah, Arsenal for me, if you don't have them, pick them. My advice is that you pick 3 players from Arsenal because they have the best fantasy options. Because yeah, they are so good in defense, in attack. Pick any 3, and you are good to go. Sunday's games, I did not watch live this, but I saw that it was 1-1, Bournemouth against Newcastle. I think Bournemouth deserved to win the game. If you saw the highlights at the end, what's his name? Danga Otaro, yeah, Danga Otaro scored a goal from a corner in the last minute, but unfortunately it hit him on the side of the sleeve by the side badge, which now the rules say it's handball. So yeah, ridiculous. The less spoken about the referees, the better in the Premier League. I think it's the best league in the world, but the referees are the worst. Like the Premier League referees, oh my goodness. Don't get me started on the offside rule. Like, how can the Premier League not have semi-automated system in 2024? Like Champions League, La Liga, all these things have them. Like we still have to draw lines. So a fate of a team depends on how someone draws the line using human, like it's human nature. So come on, man. Like you can't see what's the last point or body of the defender. So yeah, no, I know it will be changed after the international break, but I just had to rant about that. That just gets me up all the time. Like I don't understand that. Yeah, the rules, but the rules are the rules. We can't do anything with them. Yeah, we can't do anything with them. Marcos Tavernier scored from a Semenyo goal. I think Jolinton lost the ball there in midfield. Then Semenyo ran with it and crossed it. Then easy tap in for Tavernier. Then later in the second half, Anthony Gordon equalized from Harvey Barnes' cross. And yeah, as I've said, Bournemouth could have easily won it at the end if the referee didn't or the VAR didn't overrule it. For me personally, that is not a handball. Like it's never handball, man. Like it hit him here. Like what is handball? So you're trying to tell me that's a penalty now? If it hits a defender there, will we say that's a penalty? Like make it make sense. Speaking of penalty, there was an incident whereby United got a corner and it hit the Brighton player while his hand was up, and nobody even mentioned it. The referee didn't even go to VAR. The commentary didn't say anything about it. Like, yeah, that astounded me. And for me, that's a penalty because his hand was up. Granted, it was close range, but it's a penalty. If your hand is up in the box, I don't care the how far the ball comes from. Like, what does your hand want there? But yeah, this is not a refereeing session, so sorry guys. A game that was hugely entertaining and surprising from a neutral point of view was Wolves versus Chelsea. Two Wolves, 6 Chelsea. I think Wolves actually played well to start with. They could have easily scored more before Chelsea ran away with it. But Chelsea began with a goal from Jackson from a corner. Then thereafter, Wolves equalized through Mateus Cunha with a very, very, very good strike. Then before the break, I believe Chelsea got a goal through Cole Palmer. It was from a goal kick from the Chelsea goalkeeper Sanchez, who hit a huge diagonal towards Jackson, where he just flicked the ball, and Palmer just lobbed the keeper from outside the box when he was out of his line. Good finish from Palmer. As I've said, I've spoken on Palmer. He's one of the best players in the league for me. Like, oh, I just wish United could have stumbled on him. Honestly, brilliant player, Cole Palmer. What I like about him, he can drop the shoulder. He's not very fast. That's why I don't understand when some players lose pace and they still lose the ability to go past people. Like, it's not about the pace, it's about what you can do and how you manipulate the football. So I think Cole Palmer can do that. He can drop the shoulder, go to his right, cut back, and stand you off. Like, yeah, no, man. Diego Dallo knows a lot about Cole Palmer. Last year when they beat us there at Stamford Bridge, like Cole Palmer's just brilliant. He got 3 assists. Madueke, as I spoken earlier, got 3 goals. He is the most transferred player this week. I'm not surprised. As I've said, people are too knee-jerky. So obviously they will have they pick the guy with the most points. Give me a second. Let me plug my laptop. Yeah, Madueke, most transferred player. So far this week, I'm not surprised. He's already went down in price last week, and he's now up in price again at 6.5. For me, if you want to go for him and you want to have a player that you want to sell, especially maybe you have your likes of Nkunku, you can actually take a punt on Madueke, but don't be surprised if next time he's also benched and Nkunku plays, or Palmer plays on the right, or João Felix plays, or Modric plays, or Jackson plays. Like, they just have so many players. So that's why I have Palmer. I think he's the only one who will always be on the pitch when Chelsea need goals. They will only substitute him when it's like 6-2 yesterday. Yeah, for me, Cole Palmer still the better option, even though he's 4 million more than the other Chelsea picks. For me, Cole Palmer is still the guy to pick if you want a Chelsea pick. But if you don't have the 10.5 million, I do not have any qualms of you picking Noni Madueke. I like Madueke. If you actually saw his tweet on Saturday night, he did post on his private Instagram account that Wolverhampton is shit. And at least he backed up. He backed up his what's this? His talk. He didn't even. He was not only talking the talk, he walked the walk. What I like about Madueke, he looks like a confident young guy who's who has the ability to also go on both sides. That's what I like about Madueke and Saka. As a winger, you need to have that. Don't be predictable. Run. Sometimes go to your weaker side and whip the ball into the cross. Cross the ball into the box. So now, when you are unpredictable, you can have many routes to points. So yeah, he did well, but with Chelsea, you never know. They could easily lose their next three. They could easily win their next three. Yeah, with Chelsea, I'm just gonna have Palmer. I think I said on my deadline stream, it's not me being knee-jerk. I did say that Chelsea, I think, will do well this season because they just have so much quality that it won't work out. Like your likes of Caicedo, I know he played bad in the first half. Caicedo, Enzo, Lavia, like there's just so much quality in that team. Eventually, when it clicks, they will beat some teams. They will give some teams hidings, and they will get a hiding. Chelsea will be one of that team where one week they win 4-0, the other they win 5 or 6-0. I mean, they lose 5-0, and the other they can win 5-0. It's one of those teams. So if you're a Chelsea fan, yeah, good luck to you with the roller coaster. At least you have a team that scores 6. I can't remember the last time we scored 6. The last game for Super Sunday that I will be going through is Liverpool versus Brentford at Anfield. Yeah, Liverpool look like they have just tweaked a bit from the Jurgen Klopp electric type of football, metal. Yeah, I don't know what he called it, metal electric football. But yeah, now they are very conservative. They like to keep the ball and catch teams with that long trend ball from the deep. So yeah, we need to watch out for that. I think Salah, I don't need to say much about him. Double figure haul again, coming in with a goal, 10 points. Last week it was 14 points. Who's like, I can't say don't pick Salah. If you want to pick Salah and Haaland, good for you. It might hamper the rest of your team. But yeah, he's a good pick. He's definitely, in terms of fantasy picks, the best pick in midfield, alongside Palmer and Saka for me. The other picks which were interesting was that Luis Diaz, a goal and assist, got 71 minutes this time. Last week he was not substituted. It will be interesting to see when the Europe starts and Gakpo and what's his name? Nunes, they won't stay on the bench forever. So if the best pick for me is still also Salah, he's also in penalties. So that's why I say you pay for your value in FPL. So he's 7.5 playing for Liverpool. Good player, I can't deny that. But don't be surprised in the future when he is rotated. That's just how it is for some players. But yeah, for now they have good fixtures. Liverpool, one of the best runs. So yeah, players to bring in Diaz, Jota, Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's capable of getting 200 points a season. So away to United, I actually think we might actually win this. I know we can go into this as underdogs, but with United they step up. It's Liverpool. It's the biggest rivalry in English football in my eyes. If not the biggest rivalry in world football. We always get up for this, so I'm not worried from the point of view. Salah always scores against us, so yeah, you can pick him if you want, but I will be cheering on United. So I hope Liverpool don't do well, especially this week. But their fixtures are good. From an attacking point of view, they will score against United a goal or two. They will score against Forest, Bournemouth at Anfield. So yeah, you can pick Mo Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, any picks from Liverpool are decent in my eyes. So Brentford, I actually thought they played well without being too threatening, but yeah, I think it's Jensen. Yeah, he got a chance from a set piece and he headed it wide. So yeah, if you're a small team coming to Anfield, so to speak, you should take your chances, and Brentford didn't. So yeah, that was the last game of the week. No Monday night football today. So yeah, boo. Like yeah, they should have given us a Monday night football. But yeah, we can't complain because we are watching the OG stream. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, thank you very much. Before I end this, I will take you through my team, how shaping up for game week 3. As you can see, I have already made a transfer. I saw Jacob Murphy for Morgan Rogers, who actually impressed me so highly for Villa. I thought he played so good. So at 5 million for me, he's the best 5 million pick. As I've said, Villa have the best fixtures for me now, leading up until game week 8, I think. They have the best fixtures. So if you don't have, if you need picks, I think Villa is the team to target. That's my tip for the week. If you want defenders, pick Villa defenders. Morgan Rogers, he played 90 minutes both games, 5 million, playing left wing for Aston Villa. Look at the fixture, so good. Away to Leicester, home to Everton, home to Wolves, away to Ipswich, home to United, away to Fulham. Yeah, I sold him last night I sold Jacob Murphy for him because he's rising tonight in price. He's near reaching 100%. So he's going to be rising in price tonight to 5.1. So I thought I should go early on that. My team is Henderson in goal. I do not have any rotation goalkeeper, so he's going to be my set and forget until I play the wild card. I don't think I will waste a transfer on a goalkeeper. I never will. In defense, as Konza, as I've said, Villa have good fixtures, as well as Robinson and Ben White. Ben White will play almost every game, bar probably the Manchester City game away. I might bench him for that, but every other game, I think Ben White will cover one place for me. And Yezri Konza, as his fixtures are becoming good, so he'll be a main fixture in my team. My other defensive picks are Morillo. I actually think there's a good chance that Forest can keep a clean sheet this week. So if you have a Forest player, you can play them. I just don't have space for him in my team because I have 3 picks that I think have better chance of getting clean sheets or are taking returns. So yeah, mostly I like to play a player at home than the one playing away. But for me, Leicester went very impressive, especially in the first half against against Spurs. So I can see Villa winning that 2-0. My midfield picks, I pick 5 midfielders, so all my midfielders will always have to play because yeah, that's how I think the value is at in midfield. Morgan Rogers, I've went through him. I think is a fabulous pick. If you don't have him and you're looking for a cheap player in your team, I think you can pick Morgan Rogers. If you want to upgrade other positions to get your likes of Palmer or Salah or Saka or Son, I think Rogers is a good enabler. Then my other picks are Rashford, Saka, Palmer, and Garnacho. I think Rashford will be leaving my team. I might make the transfer tonight. I have to see because I think he'll be dropping in price today, and I don't want to be losing value on him. So I have, let me go to my transfer page. I have 0.5 in the bank. I have one transfer because I had two come leading up to the game week. So I think Rashford will have to leave. You can drop me any message on the chat. Who do you think I should go for 7.5 midfielders? We can scroll by midfielders. Obviously, Madueke has the most points because he got a hat trick. I can easily choose Madueke and have two Chelsea attackers, and it will also leave me 1 million in the bank. With this money, 1 million in the bank, next week I can easily upgrade Kai Havertz if I want to get Ollie Watkins because I think Ollie Watkins is a good pick leading up into game week 3 because as I've mentioned, the Villa fixtures are turning. So yeah, I might actually pick Noni Madueke if I actually choose to sell Rashford, whom is looking like is gonna be the likely departure. I could easily remove Jarrell Kwanzaa because he's flagged and he's not playing currently, but I don't like to waste my transfers on defense because either way the defense doesn't do much well and I don't spend much on my defense. So yeah, I like to change my midfielders and attack. That's where the swing points are. So if I don't go for Madueke, I think there are a lot of good options. Emil Smith Rowe at 5.6. He's got a goal, 3 bonus, 10 points. Good fixtures as we've went through them. So yeah, if you already have Rogers or you don't want Rogers, Emil Smith Rowe at 5.6 is a good option. Anthony Gordon, who was one of my best picks last season, I am not sure how I ended up not having him. He was mainly in my preseason team. So yeah, I am shocked that I didn't go with him, but I don't think I'll be picking him because Newcastle's fixtures are about to turn